everyone, I'm Katrina and today I'm going to be sharing all of the books that I received in the month of June. This is going to be a much smaller book haul than in May, thank goodness for that. And before I get into the main part of this haul, I did do 2 unboxings recently, although one of them I've posted up in July, but it's for a June subscription box, so I'm just going to mention it now. I did receive 3 books in those 2 subscription boxes, so if you are interested in seeing what goodies and books I received in a Fairy Loot and Illumicrate subscription service, then check out the videos that I have linked down below. And without further ado, let's get started! The first 4 books that I'm going to talk about are the same 4 books, but just with some slight differences. And if you haven't guessed, these are the Harry Potter 20th anniversary house editions that Bloomsbury have published. Aren't they amazing? Oh my god, I'm just so in love. I ended up buying all 4 houses because why not? And because I think they just look absolutely incredible all together on the shelf. Like, look how amazing these sprayed spines are. They are so beautiful. For those of you that are in the US, by the way, Bloomsbury is not the publisher for Harry Potter, so it's going to be really hard to find them in the US, if at all. So if you are interested in the house editions, then I would recommend ordering through Book Depository or another UK or Australian online bookstore. The next book that I have to show you is one that I actually traded for. The lovely Mel from That Girl Bookworm had this book up for trade, and I've been searching for this for quite a while, and that is the US ARC edition of Nevernight by J. Kristoff. Isn't it just so pretty? If you aren't aware, Nevernight was my favorite book that I read last year, and it is one of my favorite books of all time, and because of that I've just been wanting to collect as many editions of this as possible, and Mel was offering this up for a trade and she was more than happy to trade with me, which I'm so thankful for. So a huge thank you to Mel for trading for me. I truly appreciate it. Now I have this beautiful book to add to my collection. I also picked up History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera, and this follows a guy named Griffin whose first love and ex-boyfriend Theo has died in an accident. The only other person who's really able to understand what he's going through is Theo's new boyfriend, Jackson, but obviously it's a bit of a complicated situation here, being torn between like disliking his first love's new partner and also relating to this person who's also going through pretty much the same thing as him. So definitely sounds like it's going to be an emotional read, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I read somewhere that it has both gay and bisexual representation. Not 100% sure, but I do at least know that we have some male-male relationships. So very excited to read this one. I absolutely adored More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. So both scared and excited to read this because I think it's going to be a really emotional ride. I also decided to pick up Every Heart a Doorway and Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan Maguire. I believe that Down Among the Sticks and Bones is kind of a potentially prequel companion to Every Heart a Doorway, but this is one that was published first. But in this first one, I believe it's set in Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children, and it's basically about these kids that at some point found themselves transported into these fantastical worlds, like for example Narnia, and they spend a lot of their time there, but suddenly they find themselves back in the real world and they're really struggling to come to terms with everything that has happened. I've just heard so many rave reviews about these books, so I just decided to pick them up. Plus they are also super short. They're both under 200 pages, so definitely books that I can whiz through at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later. I also received the UK and US editions of Because You Love to Hate Me, the anthology that I'm a part of. This was edited by Amory, and we have 13 authors and 13 booktubers that paired up and brought you this really exciting anthology about villains, which is so exciting. And this came out in July in the US and the UK, but sadly not until September in Australia, which makes my heart hurt. We also have When Dimple Met Rishi by Sanjay Menon. This follows Dimple and Rishi, who are arranged to be married, and they both get sent to a summer camp. Now, I believe that Rishi is aware that his future bride will be attending the summer camp, but I don't think that Dimple has been told just yet. So when Rishi comes up to her and says, I'm your future husband, this is what happens. The last 3 books are all by the same author, and basically earlier on in this month I attended Sydney Supernova, mainly to see Brandon Sanderson and get all of my books signed by him, which I did, which is very exciting. And later on I actually found out that he visited a couple of bookstores in Sydney as well and signed some of their books. So although these aren't personalized to me, they are signed by the author, and I picked up Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson, as well as parts 1 and 2 of Words of Radiance, the 2nd installment in the Stormlight archive. He did sign a lot more of his books. I could have bought so many more, but I decided to just stick to a few because I currently own, how many is it now? This would be 8 Brandon Sanderson books, and I've only read 1, which is a little bit ridiculous, but I should remedy that. I do want to mention as well, I did pick up these books before I heard about some of the homophobic comments that he has made. I know that there were some discussions on Twitter about the things that he said several years ago. I'm not sure if there's anything new that's been said, but I did also see some comments talking about how his views have changed. I'm not sure what they've changed to. I didn't do much research into it, but just thought I'd mention that as well. There have been some harmful things that he said, but that wraps it up for all of the books that I received in the month of June. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that I post a new video every Tuesday and Friday, so be sure to hit that notification bell to be alerted when I do post a new video. But until next time, I will talk to you in the comments. Bye!